Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to do something that I really enjoy, that is Penpal decorations. So I have two envelopes here and I'm gonna send this mail to two of my Penpals. And so to decorate this one I decided to do a masterboard. I do regularly make masterboards and it depends on what I'm planning to use that for, because I'm gonna use this for the cover of my envelope. I'm gonna use this thin regular paper, but as the backing for my masterboard. But if I was gonna be using that for bookmark or a trading card or something like that, probably I would use sticker paper, cardboard, or I don't know, maybe some other craft paper, brown craft paper, something thicker. But in this case specifically, I don't want my envelope to be too heavy, not too thick in the top, because it's gonna be the cover. So I'm gonna use this regular copy paper and I'm gonna be pasting in this area. I'm gonna cover it all and I'm gonna do something very easy, that is gonna be just using neutral paper. Now every time I do masterboards, I do care about the colors, not so much about the shape, let's say, but about the colors. I will not mix this red. I think that I have other one here. I will not mix this red with these kind of neutral color papers, because I don't think it's gonna go character. Even this green is a little bit off. Yeah, but I'm gonna use the other ones. Like I have tons of browns, and this specific container had lots of small little bits and pieces of craft paper, book pages and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put this back here to use in other projects, just not today. And then something else that I'm gonna do, and something that I wanted to share, that I do always in my masterboards, because I think it makes it more interesting, is using hand stamped paper. Like for instance, because I'm gonna be using neutral colors here, I'm gonna be using these ones, this hand stamped brown paper. I'm gonna use as my main pieces regular copy paper, so I will not be using in my collage, in my masterboard, copy paper. Another shade of white, yes, but not copy paper. So for instance, this shade of paper, yes, you see the difference between this and the copy paper, right? Because once I start decorating this with the main pieces, because I do decorate after I have the masterboard, then there is gonna be a difference. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm gonna cover the whole piece, but then I'm gonna cut them in small pieces to put them in my envelopes, and we're gonna go over that. Let's make it quickly. I'm gonna put this in a fast mode camera, so you can see how I'm cutting and putting this into pieces. But just before I do that, let me show you how I will be putting this. Now I do have a big preference into having what is this, how do you say this, rectangles or squares papers. I do prefer those than having them. For example, this is copy paper that I cut about the same color paper, so this one I'm not gonna use, but I will use something like this, definitely. So what I try to do is trying to find, I guess this is kind of an envelope, something, a pocket that I was trying to make or something, probably. So I'm gonna keep it on as it is. But I have other papers, and I'm gonna try to avoid also having only white paper. If I find white paper, I'm gonna put that on the side, because I might want to stamp in there later if I decide that I don't have contrast enough. Oops. For example, this is cream, and I do have some, the reason because it's here, they used to be labels, but I cut it wrong in my cutting machine, so this is gonna be used. And I'm not gonna use these. I'm gonna put them here because they are just blank. They don't have anything writing on it. I have several of these and I really like the writing on this one, but again, as you can see, we're going into the shades of this color, which I don't like. I need different. So this is gonna be good, but I need more of other shades of paper like this one. I have many of these, which is great. And then we are gonna add more of these. More of dictionary paper is always good. And then I do have, I thought I had more. I guess I don't have. Oh, and I have tea dye paper here. Okay, let me see. Let me go to my, this one. I have many of these, but they are not, they don't have anything on it. I'm gonna use this music paper. I'm gonna use this one too, this one, this one, this. So as you can see, I have so many kinds of paper here. Let me put them back in place. Okay. So this is tea dye paper. I hand stamped this. Oh, I have. Okay, so I would use probably one or two only because I'm not. Okay, let's do these. And then because we have these shades of paper, we are gonna now, we're gonna put this as a backup paper. Well, maybe this I'm gonna use because they are creamy and stuff like that. So I hope that you can see. I don't know if I'm on camera or not, but hopefully I am. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna choose some of these rectangles or these shapes that have like straight edges, hopefully two of them. And if it's anything left, of course I can put it back. But the idea is using many of these so I can have enough interesting stuff in my collage. You know, it would be, I'm not putting like super interesting pieces because I'm gonna be decorating this afterwards. If I was not gonna be decorating this afterwards, I would probably put more consideration into what I was gonna put in my masterboard. But I'm gonna do that. So maybe two of these, maybe one or two of these, maybe two of these. We can do that. Yeah, we also have these ration tickets, and then this one and this one. What else can we do? I think that, oh no, these are circular. I'm trying to go apart from circular. Okay, so this is, I think that I have handmade paper over there, but I'm not gonna use that in this specific collage. Okay, I think that we have enough paper, and the way I go with these is I put this paper, so I'm gonna put them in groups of colors. So this is brown, dark brown book pages, tea dye paper, and so I'm gonna try to do kind of, I'm gonna even cut this one. Okay, so we put these here, all the dictionary paper goes together, you know, like these, and then these small ones go differently. These two, this is gonna go away because we're not gonna use circles in this one, but we can use these ones because they are, you know, different. Well, I guess we're not gonna go and speak camera. Well, we will, but as soon as I am done classifying the paper and you can see what the process is, because when I started doing masterboards, something that I noticed is that my masterboard was not as pretty as I wanted it to be. I saw other masterboards that were gorgeous, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And after taking a while to think and to compare and to check, it just took me a while to realize my issue was that I was not combining the papers correctly. and also the shapes, and you know, you can put more interesting paper the more use you get to this. Like for example, if you paste all your paper only with these brown papers, you can put vintage labels on the top of that, or die cuts on the top of that, and you're gonna have something more sophisticated. Because I'm doing this specifically for me, for decorating these envelopes, I'm not gonna do that. But if you want me to do it and show you how I make it for bookmarks, how do I make it for ATCs, how do I make it for other things, just let me know and we can have a specific video about masterboards. But we're gonna do this one because I already started, so let's do it. Like that part better than this one, so we're gonna do with this one. And again, I'm gonna try to go into this piece, just going. Now the envelopes are gonna be facing like this, so I shouldn't start here, but instead here. Okay, and then the other thing is go a little bit over the edges of your paper, because you're gonna be cutting it anyway. And I don't want it to be too thick, but I want it to be different. And it's okay if you cover a little bit of your previous paper with a new paper, that's fine. Just have fun. And then that is okay. Like that, and then I can cover this like that. And so you just keep going until you finish. Okay, so you just mix up one brown, one green, and okay, let me show you here how am I gonna use some of these highlights. I call highlights the things that have some stamped on it or have some interesting things on it. So I don't want to cover them completely. And so what I do, and I'm gonna show you with a small piece here. For instance, if I wanna do this one, and this is a highlight, okay? So I'm gonna put that in the top of two of my papers. Or I can do this one, and I can put that right there. See how this actually pops up. So you just put that in the top of paper, and that is it. So now that you know how I do this and how I highlight these things, I think that I can put that in the fast mode now. Okay, we're done pasting all the pieces together. I'm gonna go, once it's dry, I'm gonna go over the corners and put a little bit more glue if I think it's needed. But then I think we can put all our pieces, except the ones that we're gonna use as highlights, back in place. So let me do that really quick before we keep going, because if not, I'm gonna get crazy. And that wouldn't be good. Okay, so I think we can put that black on this thing that I made. If you're interested in learning how I made this container, you just drop a comment below, and I can definitely make over some time to make a video. It's super fun. I'm really enjoying making these videos. I hope that you are enjoying them as well. Well, anyway, I think we are good on this masterboard, and now we are ready for some highlights. As you can see here, and I'm gonna show you if this is off camera. I just need to make sure that you can see this. I'm gonna put this on the side. Okay, so here it is, the masterboard, and we have only two highlights. So it's this one and this one, and we have these two stamped hand stamped papers, which is great. But then we have a lot of whites and small pieces here. So what I can do, for example, is just put one of these here, and you can see how suddenly it gets a lot more interest. And so these highlights, as I call them, are like the things that you want people to look at when they are looking at your collage. And for example, here I feel like in this area there's too much white, and of course these two areas are gonna be with some highlights like this one. And I'm gonna put I think I'm gonna need this one, and maybe this one is not gonna go here, maybe this one is gonna go here instead. Oh well, actually another option, of course, if you have it around, is stamping, right? So I'm gonna be using this one to stamp around, and I have my here. So none of my highlights are gonna be good enough for that one, so I'm just gonna go randomly and stamp in places. And the worst case scenario is if none of your stamps cover it, you paste more highlights. Now I'm thinking about it, to me, just because I'm gonna be pasting this in my envelopes, it might be even better if I just put some stamps around. The reason for that is that I don't want this to be super thick. If I was, as I mentioned before, going to do like a bookmark, that would be different, or an ATC, that would be also different. But I'm having a bookmark only. Sorry, I'm sending this for my friends, and then I don't want this to be super heavy. Okay. Oh, I put my hands on the ink. Okay. That always happens to me. I always have these wet baby wipes around, because I always do this. I always have my hands full of ink. Well, and again, we can go ahead and keep pasting our highlights as before. And this video is gonna be super long. I wasn't expecting to be talking that much, so I apologize for that, but I would think that it is important, somehow relevant, to know how to make these things, just because, as I mentioned at the beginning of making this masterboard, when I started doing these masterboards, I did not know how to make them as I really wanted them to look like, because I would see other people's masterboards and they would be beautiful and interesting, and I was thinking maybe my scraps of paper are not as interesting as theirs. And then I realized that one lady would be just pasting these things. Well, I analyzed her masterboard closer, let's say that. I just, I really learn more from pictures on Pinterest and Instagram than when I actually see the video, because in the video sometimes people don't explain it unless it's in YouTube. But I saw a couple of masterboards on YouTube, but they were not exactly what I was looking for. Well, anyway, so this is a more masterboard. We turn it around, and the reason, because we wanted to paste it a little bit over the edges, is because we need to cut it, and it's okay if it's a little bit beyond the edge. It's actually better, because that way you have a reference to make these cuts. Okay, and then last one. Okay, so all of these is gonna go to the recycling, because it's just glue and paper, and I can make paper with both of them. Okay, so we have our masterboard. and this is looking good. I like what I see, and again, as I mentioned before, I like going over the corners like this one and just pasting it, because I don't like when my masterboard, you know, the pieces are in the corners are like moving around, and it's just so annoying, especially when you're sending mail with this. You don't want that to happen, because your beautiful envelope that took you forever to decorate, and you know, sending something beautiful to your friends just gets messed up with other things that people are shipping, and you know, it's gonna go to a big bag into the post office, and if you have any of these corners moving around, this is definitely gonna be shown. Okay, the next step for me, you can stop here if you are looking just into the masterboard. I love it. I really like the masterboard as it is right now. I think it's very interesting. Okay, next step is gonna be these two, and for this one is I need my ruler. So I know I'm gonna measure this in inches, just because I live in the United States, but I do use centimeters a lot. So this is 7 inches. So I'm not gonna make 7 inches, but I'm gonna cut in 6. So I'm gonna give half an inch in each one side. When I measure from here, from here to here, I'm only gonna give half an inch. It's just a personal preference. You can do as you wish, but in my case it's 5, so I'm gonna do 4.5 by 6. So my paper, I know that this is this way, so this has to be 6. I don't have 12, so I'm gonna have to go down. Okay, so oops, we get our pencil and we mark it down to 6, and then again 6. Well, and then we said 4.5, right? So it's gonna be 4.5. No, I'm doing this wrong. So it has to be 6 and 6. I don't think that I can fit these 2 envelopes here. Let me see. It's gonna be too small from what I'm looking for, I think. Yeah, definitely it's gonna be too small. So if I do this, it's gonna be still interesting, not quite as I was hoping to be, but it's gonna be, it is what it is. Okay, so next time when I plan this, I'm gonna plan with the measurements better, so you know, you're probably learning to. So I'm gonna do it not 6.5, but 6 and 25, because I have plenty of room here. 6.25, and we said 4.5. And I'm gonna put an X here, and then I'm gonna put 4.5 again here. Okay, that is it. Okay, we are gonna cut here first. Okay, and then here, and whatever is left I can make it a bookmark or whatever I want. Okay, so this is left. It's really cute, as you can see. Okay, oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, but you obviously can see this, is that I do cut not by the masterboard, but by the back of the masterboard, because if any of these corners lifts and this is not dry enough, then it's gonna mess up. It's gonna cut through my paper. I don't want that to happen, so I cut in the back, like any fragile paper would do. Okay, so this is another leftover. It's really cute as well. So this is my first piece. It's gonna be my first piece like this, and this was 6.25. So we're gonna do 6.25 over here. Okay, 6.25. 25. Okay, and this is the other leftover. Super cute, but again it needs a little bit more glue here, which is perfect. Okay, and this is the other side. It's really cute, really cute. Okay, we're gonna put this away, and we have 2 of these. Super cute. Okay, so next piece, actually let's do this like that. Maybe I could have even done 7. Well, this is what it is again. So the envelope says, I always make mistakes. So, oh, you know what? It doesn't fit. Let me see this one. Kind of. I might put only a little bit here. Doesn't fit. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're gonna do this one like that, and we're gonna do this one like that. All what you have to do at this point, I'm not gonna measure because I have all what we're gonna do is just paste that in our envelope. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna go over any, now be very careful to put glue enough in the corners, and then you can go over the sides just fine. And this was the reason because I didn't want this to be too thick, because I don't want it to, and again I regret terribly not have to. You can ink the corners. I do not want to ink because I'm gonna go over these with the, what is the name of that? I forgot. Marker, with a marker. I'm gonna go over that with a marker. Okay, so this is the first envelope. I'm gonna put that right there, and this is the second envelope. And again, don't forget to put that in the corners. In the corners is very important. Oh well, to me it's important because I have problems. My main problem is that I have some certain, you have a little bit of OCD. Just a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So everything is very well pasted except this part. See what I mean? I just need to be very well pasted. I need it to be, attached. Beautiful. Okay. And now this I think is well pasted. Let's check into the corners here. I thought it was gonna happen something like this, so just put the glue there. This one, I think that this one is okay. Let's see this one. Okay, so that is done now. So the next step for me, if you ink the corners or your masterboard, you don't have to do it. I just like doing this just because it just gives it character, in my opinion. I think this is the one I'm looking for. Oops, add a little bit of glue. So okay, there is glue some of these corners, so let me clean up this thing. But maybe by hand is gonna be better than with the ruler. So we have a lot of control because this piece is a little bit thicker than the background. Okay. And also we can make the corners thicker. It's very, very beautiful right now to my eyes. I like it. I think I pasted that it's a little bit tweaked. Could have been better, but at this point I cannot change that, and this is how it's looking like so far. So good, which is okay. It's how does it the phrase, imperfectly perfect so far. Okay, so this is one, this is the other one. We are gonna be doing this again. Okay, so they are looking great. I like it. Now the next step, and look at the beauties that were left. This one definitely can use a little bit more of interesting pieces like this one or whatever, but we can decide on this later. We're gonna just keep them there. Okay, so the next step for me is gonna be adding here. I knew that I was gonna be just doing Penpals sometime soon, so I covered their names in anticipation for that. Oh, sorry, not their names, but their addresses. So what I'm gonna do that right now is just trying to find the right place to put them, which is gonna be in the middle of the envelope. And that's what I was telling you by not going with white copy paper, because this is a sticker paper that is the same color of the copy paper. And my pieces to decorate this envelope are gonna be also white copy paper. Let me cut this in the right way out of camera because you can't see your address, but I'm gonna put that in camera again. So, oops. So Ari is a really good friend just for many years now, and Adrienne, she's amazing. She's really great. And one of the things that I noticed, she always will write to me really quick, and she hadn't been writing to me in the last 2 weeks, so I'm worried. And I don't know anything about her. I mean, I haven't heard about her, and she's not active in social media, but she always is active and inactive at the same time. She moves a lot, she travels a lot, so it could be that, but I'm honestly worried because I didn't hear from her in a while, so I'm trying to send this to her. Okay, so this is gonna be the piece, the envelope, but then I have some hand stamped big pieces here, and I was thinking of this specific thing the other day. Just let me put these 2 big pieces there because they don't fit anywhere else. And so I think that this could be like that. And you can see, right? You can see now why I wanted this to be different. And that's why I also wanted this to be kind of out of having a little bit of room in the corners, because I wanted this to be, I'm right, correct? Yeah, I wanted this to be the main piece. So there you go. This is how it's gonna be looking like. It's very straightforward, not much to do. It's just so extremely pretty because the background is already very busy. You don't want to put so much more in there that it's gonna be, let me put that piece again, so I know exactly where I have to paste this. This is a sticker paper, as I mentioned, so I don't want to put that on the way of that. So that is it. And then of course I'm gonna paste this. With this one we're gonna be very careful, because since this is my main piece, I do not want this to be lifted. I want it to be very well pasted, no broken during shipping. It happened to me in the past. One of my pen pals would send me something so beautiful, or I will work so hard to send something beautiful to my pen pals, and then I pasted something delicate like a die cut or something, and then it would arrive broken already. I did not like that. Okay, I think okay, this is gonna be very well pasted in there. So that's it. We can add color if we want to put stuff in there, like a girl or something that we want. I don't. Well, maybe. Now I'm thinking about it. I do have tons of stickers here. Okay. Oh, look at these ones, but so a red one creates too much contrast. We can add black and white and keep it in the, maybe we will keep it in a black and white. What do you think? The other option, these reds are, this would have been really cute, but I think that we don't have room enough for her. Oops. This could be cute. Don't know, not sure. This one, it's really pretty, but also not sure. I think we are gonna keep it in the black and white, or we can add these things here. Actually, probably this one is better. I'm not gonna add much more, but I'm gonna add these ones. Okay, have decided no girl is gonna go into these, but instead I'm gonna include that one. I think it's super cute. Okay, I put this in here. This is a main piece for my other friend Daddy. And where's my, okay, so we can put, remember that the stamps to send the mail is gonna be here, so I'm gonna put one piece here and maybe one here. So we're gonna put one here. Super cute, isn't it? One here, and that's it, because I don't want to overdo this. Now I was looking for these small pieces because I'm gonna put one here and one here to decorate her name in the label. See what I mean? That's exactly what I meant by putting glue in the right places. It's enough that it gets cuffed in somewhere. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? I love it. Okay, so this is one, and I'm gonna put in fast video or whatever it's called, the other one, but I'm gonna show you the result. Well, it is done. I did check these stamps, so I'm assuming that, well, at the very least we're gonna need one, maybe more than one, probably more than one. So let's put that one here already so we can ship. Which reminds me, I need to get to the post office and get more. Okay, so these are the 2 envelopes from my friends, and it is done from my side. I also need to clean up my desk again. Okay, that is it for today. If you enjoy, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this video. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye.